Hi, I'm Mike Reichard, author of the new book, 52 Lies Every Parent Should Tell Their Kids. Thank you so much for joining us. This week we are on lie number 7. If you're ready, let's just jump into this and go. Lie number 7, God doesn't exist. You can hear this in so many places, academia. You hear it in popular culture. There must not be a God. Look at the terrible world that's around us. Well, I want to give you some hope in some verses. Psalms 53 verse 1 will be our first. It has these words to share. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. And in Jeremiah, the 29th chapter, verse 13, the Bible tells us, God himself speaking, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Perhaps the reason we haven't found God is because we thought, well, if I just sit in church, or if I just do this, or I do that. God says it's going to take some seeking. In fact, this next verse, Hebrews 11:6, will remind us the same. Whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who diligently seek him. I want you and I to diligently search after God rather than just doing the least and hoping he shows up. You see, atheism has a problem. They can't explain to us why there's a right and wrong. In fact, in their world, in their ideology, who makes those rules anyway? They have to pretend those don't really exist. Atheism cannot explain music. Why put any words to song? Why the emotive kind of a response on the part of listeners to music? Love. Well, is it really just something we're all predisposed to for reproduction purposes? Well, in their minds, so. The design element of our world, they can't explain it. You see, they have a lot of explaining to do. Why the sun is at the perfect distance from the earth in order to sustain life. Our temperatures are moderate so that we can exist. Why do the seasons occur if there's no designer of these seasons? You see, if you and I ever find a barn that's just fallen over flat, it's never going to rebuild itself. Time, the elements, and everything else, one thing's going to happen. It's just going to sit there and it's going to wear away piece by piece. But if you and I find a barn that is standing tall, you and I are going to have to conclude somebody grabbed a hammer, they grabbed some nails, and they put some design to this. I want you to think for a moment about the most worthless creature on the face of the planet. I remember sitting about 4 weeks ago with a gentleman in Dallas, Texas, and I said, just tell me what you think the most worthless creature is. He got the one right answer I was looking for. He said a mosquito. I said, bingo. There's nothing more worthless to me in all of creation than stupid little mosquitoes. However, I learned this about 2 years ago, that mosquitoes never truly bite us. They don't have little teeth that bite. They have something protruding off their face called a flange. This little worthless insect has something so technical on its face. This flange doesn't have one part, it has 6 parts. The first 2 parts open up a passageway for drilling purposes. The second 2 parts, they go scouting for veins. It's fracking. And the third 2 parts, they go in to do all of the pumping. This is fracking since Adam met his girlfriend Eve in a garden called Eden. And our technology has only found this, in humanity's case, thousands of years later. There is more genetic info in one protein molecule in your body than in the fastest computers on our planet today. You see, it takes more faith to be an atheist and to believe everything just came about by chance than to believe that for all of the art we see, there must be an artist. For all of the design we see in our world, well, there must be a designer. I want to thank you for joining me today to expose this lie that God doesn't exist. It's absolutely not true. And I want you to share this lie with your family and friends who might otherwise believe, hey, he doesn't exist. Share it with them and join me next week as we expose another lie. God bless.